Next day after the cook-off, and I feel pretty good about myself. I'm not gonna lie that I actually beat Kayla in the cook-off. Her downfall was definitely the way that she decided to cook, was the charcoal. And obviously charcoal is a good way to cook, but for what we were doing, gas last night was definitely gonna win. So what we're doing today is actually, Kayla's got a lot of like stuff to do around the house, and what I'm gonna do is head down to Myrtle Beach with my dad to pick up a ton of stuff for projects around the house. So we did have Grayson hooked up to the truck. I'm using the hitch that now came with the Coleman for all of the trailers, so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. And the other one though was super expensive, so I don't know if I'm gonna sell that one or keep it as a spare. Maybe we can put it on Kayla's Jeep, I don't really know. But we gotta clean up a little bit back here. We left everything out last night. Not a whole bunch out, but like our little grills and our little setup. And I mean, it's nice, but it's still in the backyard. So we were looking, Kayla and I talked last night, and we were thinking that our first trip is probably gonna be Florida, and it probably will be in December sometime, because we're gonna sell a lot on Whatnot in October and November, and then take a little break in December, probably like midweek December or first week in December. We'll probably skedaddle out of town, and we might leave for a whole week. We might leave for 2 weeks. It all depends on how we like this. We'll make sure we clear the schedule for 2 weeks. I think probably half the month. And then we'll go from there. We'll still obviously be doing content. And we'll stack a whole bunch of content for the Bearded Thrift Machine when it comes to storage units. And then also when we're out and about, what we're gonna do is most likely hit a ton of yard sales if they're there in Florida. And if not, we'll just hit a whole bunch of Goodwills and go thrifting. And then the vlog style will be the adventures of the RV. Now, we haven't named it. Kayla said just name it Cole, obviously short for Coleman. Cole's a pretty good name though. He kind of looks like a Cole, doesn't he? Looks pretty good. But we were getting a lot of good information about how to get these black marks off of the metal, because that's the only thing that makes this look kind of bad, is that there's definitely, I think it's sat for about a year and nobody ever used it. And also we had a lot of good information about like the pressure regulator for the hose, the sway bar, which we got. Everybody said definitely try to get a jack on here. They don't have to wind, which is nice, which we got a good one. And definitely the sway bar for, you know, moving the trailer around when you're towing it. And I think we are going to get 2 extra stabilizers in the front. Me personally, I don't think it really needs it. It does move around some, maybe because this is just super level where I'm thinking it's not that bad, or maybe when I'm out there actually camping, it would be super annoying that it moves even a little bit. But they're not expensive. So what I was saying before the camera shut off is that they're not expensive for the stabilizers. We're trying to do this budget friendly. Like, everything we do, we want to find in storage units, like the stuff that we buy. We don't want to spend a ton of money on this adventure. Now, maybe down the road, we will spend a ton of money on this adventure because we really like it. But right now, we're just trying to do budget friendly. Although, the thing that makes this, and it's a good looking camper, don't get me wrong. I think it's a good looking camper, but them steel wheels, right? I mean, come on now. Imagine getting like a set of cool looking rims on this thing. That would jazz it up a whole bunch. And also we had good information about people saying, make sure you have your like dog information, because some campgrounds, I guess, require like rabies and all that stuff when you're bringing dogs in. So we'll make sure we have all of that. And we had a good, a lot of people were just saying, congratulations and have fun. And we'll see what happens. But it's really cool. But today, like I said, Dad and I are heading into Myrtle Beach because we have a project that's actually going to happen hopefully in the next week that we need to get the stuff for. And then we have also other projects around the house that we have to pick up stuff for the trailer because the stuff is too long to put in anybody's truck bed. Dad's got an 8-foot truck bed. I got like a 5.5-foot truck bed or something. And we need steel that is 14 foot, so that will fit exactly in Grayson. And so it should be a good day of traveling around in traffic. So what we're picking the metal up for is the gate up there, but we'll talk about that in a second. This is going to be a door, and it's going to be like a big sliding door here, kind of like a barn door on the back side of this. One, we'll be able to move material in and out of here when it comes to stuff that we're storing in there. We have a lot of Christmas stuff in there, and everything's full right now, so we have to actually use this as an overflow. So we need a door right here so we can move stuff in and out. And also it's going to be helpful when we're inside of there, that we can open that door when we're working inside, looking at stuff or doing whatever that we're doing, we can get a breeze going in there. There's no reason to insulate that. It will never be insulated. It takes too much time. And like, there's so many holes in the walls, it's not even funny, basically, is what I'm telling you. It's an old building, so we're just gonna keep it an old building and not spruce it up too much, but the door will be very helpful. And then what I'm doing now is watering the watermelons. Wait till y'all see these watermelons. I don't know if I showed them in a while, but I think that they're doing pretty good. And then the next thing after that, we're gonna put the French drain in on the front of the building to keep the water out. Now, the water hasn't been a problem, but it has been a problem getting under the building, which it's been doing that for 100 years. But we want to go ahead and reroute it to the ditch. And then eventually I will clean that ditch out probably in the next month or so. And then after that, Dad is gonna start working on the front gate on the left side. So that one will be gated. And then eventually we'll move the fence up. So a lot to do for sure. A lot. But one bite at a time is the way you eat an elephant. But let me show y'all these. Well, I'll give you a whole look at the farm right here, because some things are doing excellent, some things are doing not so good. All right, so this is growing better up here, but still no good tomatoes that I can eat. These tomatoes are doing all right. They fell over during a storm the other day, so we did pick over 20 peppers, green peppers, and ate them the other night. We didn't eat all 20. But like, we gave some to my mom, and then she cooked them, and then we ate some more. These are starting to turn all yellow, so we'll start picking these off of here. These are delicious. They're the lunchbox peppers. Probably got 30 of those left. Just green peppers are doing fine. Green peppers are doing fine. These tomatoes are doing all right. Some of these need to be picked off of here, and this needs to be cleaned up a little bit. But look at these watermelons. Check them out. They're doing pretty good, honestly. We'll cut off the stuff that's dead. And then I've been kind of snipping, I don't even know if this is right, but I've been snipping like right here to keep this one growing and nothing growing over here. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not growing that well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 watermelons. I'd be impressed if like 4 of them make it. I'm actually impressed that they're even growing, considering the fact that Kayla dug these up out of somebody's yard at a yard sale. And the lady was like, I think they're melons. So we planted them, and sure enough, they are melons. So what we're gonna do is go inside, wait for Dad to get here, and just start editing some video from the last couple of days. It is Mustang week, and it is like, since we've owned a Mustang, we usually do to participate at least 2 or 3 days in that. And Kayla and I do take that week pretty much, not off, but pretty much like easy. We don't sell a whole bunch during this time. It's kind of a way we just kind of like relax for a second. Because again, October, November, we already know it's gonna be super busy. And then tomorrow though, I did win a storage unit, a big storage unit, cost $2,000 or a little bit less than 2,000 down in Myrtle Beach. Me and Dad are gonna go down there, put as much as we can in Woodrow. We'll start that one next week on the Bearded Thrift Machine. It's a ton of stuff in there. A lot of furniture too, which we're not a huge fan of, but we needed, it was an interesting locker. And when you see it on the Bearded Thrift Machine, you understand probably why I bought it. And so we'll get that done, and that's gonna happen tomorrow. Then after that, might go to Mustang week, I think, up in the mall, and I might actually take some video up there. We haven't vlogged anything about the Mustang week. We usually just go and hang out, and the first one was super busy for sure. A lot of Mustangs showed up, probably the most we've ever seen, and so it should be a good time on Friday. But we're gonna go ahead, go edit some video, wait for Dad to get here, then head to Myrtle Beach to pick up some material. Alrighty, so we are done with a whole bunch of editing. We got the other trailer, actually, Grayson is not full of stuff, but does have some metal work for the stuff that we're doing. And then I do have Woodrow hooked up, because tomorrow around 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna go ahead and leave here and meet Dad down at the other storage unit that we got for $1,700, and pick up as much as we can in that so we can actually start that process. And right now what I have to do is open this door, and then we have to go up and clean a couple areas in the whatnot area to get ready for actually selling next month a lot. So we want to have a lot of room in here, because we're going to be moving inventory very quickly. And I'll tell you what, it's actually supposed to get hot here next week, but right now it is chilly in all of these houses, which is great because it's been hot here. But I think next week or a couple days from now, it's supposed to get probably in like the 100 degrees. and then it's supposed to cool off again. So, but this stuff right here, I'm gonna go ahead, clean up, get this stuff all figured out, what's exactly gonna be sold on the upcoming whatnot stuff, or what is going to be kept, or what is going to be donated, and what is going to go in the booth. So definitely some interesting stuff in here, but I want to get this done so I can go ahead and know exactly how much we have in upcoming shows in October. So pretty much all cleaned out. We do have some stuff right here, obviously, that'll be sold in October. We do have these really cool things, too, that we got out of that one locker. The little old world Christmas stuff for fall, and then we just have a ton of other stuff that we're gonna start selling again in October. But like I said before, I actually sell my video game stuff locally, and I'm gonna take some pictures real quick, send them over to the guy I'm gonna sell them to. We have a ton of stuff. I know this doesn't look like a ton of stuff, but this entire bin is full of video games. I kind of just, in video consoles, I kind of just keep them in here until I get a whole bunch, send them the pictures, we make a deal, and then it also clears out a shelf for the e-boo area. So this is all the stuff that I have. I have 3 Wiis, a PS3, some sort of Xboxes, this Xbox, some of these games. I have a DS something back there. I don't know nothing about this stuff. This does not make me happy to sell. And testing it, and you got all these cables back here, and we really don't need, I can liquidate the video game stuff super quick, and that's why I like reselling. Is a lot of people, they have their things that they like to sell. Now, if this was a whole bunch of tools, I would go through it and painstakingly, you know, sell it on eBay or whatever I had to do to maximize my profits. But this, it takes way too long for me to understand how this stuff works. The newer systems, you have to download stuff. They have to clear things. It really is quite difficult. So I do really good deals when it comes to getting this stuff gone. I'll just put it in a bin. I'm sure the person will come out here because I just sent them the amount of money that I want for all this. And it's a really good smoking deal. So we'll go ahead and get this stuff gone. Get this shelf cleaned up. I did find some iPods. These are super easy sellers on eBay. And then also we did find some of these, which are super easy sellers too. The TI-84 Plus is really easy to sell. This one's kind of hard to sell nowadays. This is the TI-83 Plus. Not worth a whole bunch, but this one's worth some decent money. And then we do have some cameras and stuff that we can sell on eBay very soon. I do want to get the Bose actually working and get that thing on eBay, because that thing's worth like $500. And then also what we have to do is get the banjo up on eBay. That's going to be a big thing, you know, to like ship it. So I want to make sure the shipping's correct on it. And I don't know nothing about banjos, so I do want to make sure that it's not like the really, really expensive one worth a couple $1,000. I think I'm going to put it on for like maybe $1,000, unless somebody's really interested in it. Obviously, you know, we can definitely make a deal. October is going to start off with a nice clothing show. Kayla has all her stuff for like, you know, fall coming up. We got some good jackets and everything. So that'll be clothing show in October. And then after that, well, I think maybe a jewelry show or whatnot show, and then we'll go from there. But other than that, we really did very well selling out of all the stuff that we wanted to in the time frame that we wanted. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and clean this area up a little bit, wait for the result if he wants this stuff or not, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so those things are going to be sold, picked up on Sunday, which would be excellent. And then that's really about it. I cleaned everything. Everything looks pretty good, and it's already, I think, going on 7 o'clock. This was supposed to be kind of like my day off, but you gotta edit. That's the thing, is that a lot of people don't understand the amount of time it takes to edit these videos. So you really can't take a whole day off type of deal, because the editing has to get done. So what we're gonna do now is I got one more thing uploading. I got a full version one uploading, and it is a long one. And it's got 3 hours left. Actually, it's got 4 hours left until this thing's actually just uploaded, which is absolutely insane. But it's a really long video. So that's what the full version thing is. It's just really long videos on that one channel. But I want to go ahead and call it a night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. We are back home from Mustang week, and we really didn't film a whole bunch. I think Kayla filmed a little thing for Facebook. That was about it. We just kind of went to walk around, look at the cars, and we went out to lunch, actually, where the first time me and her went out to dinner when we first met. That was our first date. The Flying Fish up at Broadway. My back hurts. I don't hold this phone, so I'm grimacing. But it was fun. It was a good time. It was absolutely huge. This is my old Mustang week hat. So I wear my hats out, as y'all know, because I wear them constantly. Even the hats y'all give me, I wear them out and I just wear them. Look at that. That was from last year. And then Kayla found this one, which is absolutely awesome looking. So we got this hat. They got some pretty good merch. We got this hat right here, the gray one. And then I got to get the sun hat because I'm actually a huge fan of these when I'm mowing the lawn. And we did pick up I shattered my glasses the other day. My Costa glasses and the glass. I would have put them with the warranty, but the thing is with the warranty is that you had to have the receipt, and I didn't have the receipt, and I bought them I usually, like I said before, they usually last me like 5 years, and I didn't have the receipt for 5 years ago from the glasses. But what we're gonna do now, I think Kayla and the dogs are already outside. Like I said, we picked up the Woodrow trailer is full of a storage unit. We're not gonna do it today. Honestly, I don't have the oomph in my back right now to probably move any of that stuff out of the trailer. So I'm gonna let that rest for a little bit. What we are gonna do is head out to the camper. We're gonna turn the AC on because it is hot today. Right now, it is 95 degrees. I think with a heat index of probably like 98. And I wanna go out there, see how this cools the camper, how long it takes. And then we are gonna measure some stuff for the dogs to see exactly what we can get for the dogs for their kennel area, and also a mattress, a TV thing, I think a stand. We already have a TV that I'm not using in the garage, so we're gonna use that. Like I said, cheap, and I do want to show on the back of the Coleman's, actually a lot of people have been telling us excellent things about this very specific trailer, because I guess they owned one or they've researched it for us. And there is something on the back I'm gonna show you all that we're gonna do. It's gonna save us $100 because I think they're like 84 bucks or plus shipping to get those in. So we'll show you that, and also we still need a spare tire. But we're gonna go ahead, head outside, head to the camper. Also check out the Mustang. It is a decent looking Mustang, now at the shows. The rims really make it look good now. And also I did fix the squeak. If you guys remember the squeak in it, and there was 2 comments that actually, because I read all the comments in the comment section, and somebody said the screw or the bolt could be too tight on the bushing. And I was like, well, I probably could just go ahead and crank that thing down to torque of 1,000,000 most likely. And so I looked at it, and sure enough, it was over torqued, which was squeezing the bushing, which then was causing the bushing to squeak. Once I loosened it to proper torque, guess what? No squeaking. So that works out really, really well. So I do appreciate all the comments. Like I said, I listened to all the comments, and and that one worked. So we do appreciate it. But right now, Kayla's already out here. I see both of the puppies out here. Let's turn that AC on. I wish we had a temperature gauge in there, but we don't. Kayla already turned it on, so that's good. We'll see if it gets it. How hot is it in there now? Pretty hot. So we'll let it sit there. So you probably turned it on about 10 minutes ago. Turn it on at 322, and we'll see how long it takes to actually get it to where it's like standable for the dogs, basically, right? Mm-hmm. And also I brought a tape measure so we can do some measuring. Also, I was just explaining, with your comments, and also Facebook, there's actually a Facebook group with this camper specifically. And one thing that we're noticing is that a lot of people put this little like guard thing on there that shoots the air down, because right now it is very cool up here, but you're not getting any cool stuff down here. Hot air rises, but cool air needs to be shifted further down, because you can't actually shift that down. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done, most likely very ASAP-y. But first we're gonna go ahead and measure this over here to see the size of the kennel or the size of the fence that we need to do this. 29 inches. Now the length is like a fence, so does the length even matter? Probably 4 foot, 4 footish. Anything smaller than 4 foot would be fine. And then the height would be like, it's exactly 28, but see, you could push it down a little bit. So do 28 inches. All right, so what we're gonna do is this area back here is going to be willows, and this area we're gonna use for probably most like a storage, right? And then we did see, somebody sent us a picture, right? And what they did was, which was awesome, they basically zip tied, what was it? Like little Ryobi fans to the kennel where this would circulate air, which we need, because right now it's warm in here. Like it's warm over here for sure. Oh yeah, like hot. I'm not sweating, but I'm thirsty. So I could definitely use a drink of water. All right, so that takes care of the kennels. Now, another thing we wanted was... Oh, it's way nicer over here. Oh my goodness. It's like the Arctic over here. All right, so we're gonna measure this and get either... The guy at the place said just get you like a carpet pad type of thing. But we're gonna see what type of real mattress we can get. Maybe those Casper mattresses or something we can buy and then cut it to size or something like that. Because I think this is a queen. Another thing that we saw a lot of people saying that this actually breaks off if you put any weight on it. And the reason is, and I can see why, well, they didn't weld nothing. They put like a little bit of welds right here and right here. And there's like a stiffener that you can put under it. But again, that's 80 bucks. Well, they didn't weld any of this. So we have a welder and we know how to weld. So all we're gonna do is re-weld all of this here and make sure that this is all together. Weld this, and the bottoms. And I'm telling you right now, that thing ain't going nowhere and it's gonna save us $84 just welding this on there. Or if you've tried to weld it and it didn't work, tell me down below, because then that's gonna help us out. Then just go ahead and buy them type of deal. So Kayla's gonna go ahead, go up here. We have some ideas that we're gonna show y'all for here. I'm gonna measure in the garage a little TV we have and see what it's gonna look like in here. Been about 40 minutes and the AC is working pretty good, honestly. Is it cold in here? No. Is it livable? And I'm not sweating, and I'm a sweater. Everybody knows I'm a sweater. I'm not sweating. I'm fairly comfortable, but I do have the AC blowing on me. And then we did put this fan in here. Big fan of ours. Funny. And it's working really good. Also, we are considering now, RVers out there, you campers, do you really need this seat? Because we could really put some other stuff here and open up the floor plan. We see a lot of people that have this actually move this over there. But, I mean, Kayla and I could just be super close over here and hang out with one another, right? She did not like that idea. Maybe we'll keep the seat. So this was another issue they said about this, was the water drains right down the side of the, you know, camper. I guess that's what you call it. And we just make sure that we clean this. But the thing is, I mean, you have to understand what you bought. We were watching a ton of YouTube, and this is the cheapest, most affordable way to get into camping. So you're not gonna have the best build quality, you're not gonna have the best design, because that's what you bought. And we know that. The same thing about the house. We know it's a 100-year-old house that we'll have issues with. The only thing that if something happens, that if the tractor breaks, you're gonna see me complain a little bit. But other than that, we know that if you buy things that are cheap and discounted, things are gonna be wrong. Like, we don't mind the AC dripping on that side. We'll just make sure we clean it. And if it rusts, we'll clean the rust off of it. We already have a drawer that is a little bit broken. We'll have to just put a little wood glue in that or a little tack in that. No big deal, but it's gonna be great. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and probably call it today, because the backlighter holding the phone is pretty much destroying my life right now. Although I do think that I have a couple peppers I can pick. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll probably pick some peppers tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go ahead, sit on the sofa for the rest of the day and try to ice my back. So tomorrow we can go yard sale.
So it is the morning and I've already took the dogs out. I've cleaned the house. The dogs are in there eating bones. Julian is actually on the couch. He is out of commission today. So it's just gonna be us today. And we hope that he feels better. He will, he'll be all right. So I'm gonna go grocery shopping. So what I'm gonna do is pack this eBay order, and then I'm gonna take it to the post office, and then I'm gonna go grocery shopping. So this is what we sold, some boxing gloves for $150. So that's not too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and find those. It says it's custom labeled D4. Let's see if that's where it is. As you can tell, our bin system is a little out of place because of whatnot we're trying to rearrange, but look, D4, they're in there. Okay, so we're not that unorganized. We're getting there. These are some really cool gloves. Let's see. Lustos MM Mexico. I think Julian picked these up at the 127 actually. So let's get these packed up. it. Let's see how much it weighs. It's gonna weigh 1 pound, 14 ounces. All right, and I've got it all packed up, so we'll go ahead and drop this off and then we will go grocery shopping. So the goal today is to not get anything fattening at the grocery store, no snacks. Me and Julian are getting really, really strict on our eating habits, so hopefully I can get some really good food. I'm not going to the grocery store hungry, so that's a plus, because it seems like every time I go to the grocery store and I'm hungry, I get a lot more snacks than I should. So that's a plus. We are going to take this box to the USPS and then we're gonna go grocery shopping. So I just came out of the post office and I checked the post office box. So we picked up some goodies. You guys spoil us so much and we appreciate each and every one of you. I can't wait to open these and see what you guys have sent us. So I'm not able to hold the phone while driving, so hopefully you guys can see me over the steering wheel. They passed a law in South Carolina that you can no longer have your phone in your hand while you're driving, which I think is the best. I mean, you should not be distracted while driving. And I am looking straight ahead. I'm not even looking at you guys. But I just wanted to talk to you guys, give you guys an update. Miko is going to have her first injection on Tuesday. Yeah, because today is the 8th, yeah. So tomorrow, I have to drop her off in the morning and she stays all day, and I pick her up in the evening when they close. So I am going to be a nervous wreck all day tomorrow because I'll have my phone on me and I'll put it on loud, which normally I don't do. It's on vibrate all the time. But if it makes a noise, I'm gonna be like running to the phone, looking at it, like, is that the vet office calling me about Miko? Like, it's gonna be a stressful day, but I'm okay that I have confidence in the vet office. They're really, really good. So hopefully she will be good. I mean, she's young. The vet pretty much, you know, guaranteed me that she's gonna be okay. But it's my baby, you know? I just worry about her. So we'll update you guys as it goes on, and we'll document, you know, as far as taking her to the vet, and we'll take you guys along with us and, you know, let you guys know how she does. But yeah, I am just a nervous wreck for tomorrow. So the healthy food journey, we are trying to eat healthier. We are gonna do some fruits. We're gonna do chicken and vegetables and cut out the snacks. I mean, we are snacky humans and we just gotta cut it out. It's really hard because, especially when we're watching TV at the end of the day, that's kind of like our relax time. And it's something about sitting in front of the TV, you just feel like you have to have snacks in your lap. You know, it's just, I don't know, is it a thing? I think it is. So we need to get something to occupy our hands and things to kind of make sure that we're not snacking and kind of keep our minds off of it, if that makes sense. So maybe some grapes. I don't really like bringing grapes in the house because the dogs cannot have them. So, and they're like really toxic to dogs. So if one falls on the floor and the dog eats it, then we have a crisis on our hands. So, so that's why I don't really like grapes. We'll have to figure out something else to get. We do a lot of like almonds and peanuts. We don't eat a whole lot. We just get enough like in a bowl and then we'll munch on those. If you guys have any suggestions of healthy, snacky food, comment below because we definitely need some options for our snacking in front of the TV for sure. All right, we just made it to Food Line, so we're gonna go in here and get some healthy food. See, this is the aisle that gets me, is the cookies. I love cookies and crackers. Oh. keep going, just keep going. So I am back from the grocery store and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what I got. So I'm gonna try to make some spring rolls for lunches. So Julian likes salmon, so I'm gonna make him some with salmon, and I'm also gonna make some with crab meat. And I got the 3-color deli coleslaw, so that should taste really good in there. I got some chicken. I got some ground turkey breast, which is really good. I got some fruit. I got almond flour, chocolate brownie. I know this isn't the healthiest thing, but in the morning when we are on the go, that will kind of hold us over. And we've got almond milk, 3-color pepper and onions. Those are really nice because you can just throw them in the individual bags. You can throw them in the pot and cook those up. I like to cook those with vinegar, and they soak up the vinegar really well, and it's really good. We got hazelnut coffee and salted caramel, blueberry pastries, strawberry pastries. I know, again, these are not the most healthiest thing, but when we're on the go, they're nice to grab. We've got the doggies some chewies. They really like these. I haven't tried these ones yet, but they say no rawhide, so we're gonna try those. So it says medium chew right here, so I'm thinking they will just bite these in half, but they're with peanut butter. I just figured I'd try those. And then we got some green beans, which are really nice because you can microwave these in the bag. And we've got some sriracha mayo, some ranch dressing, but it's made with yogurt. That's really good. We like, well, Julian likes olives, so I did get him jalapeno stuffed olives and garlic stuffed olives, and I got these sweet petite pickles for me. I like these to snack on. And then I also got me some spears, and these I actually like dipping in a little bit of ranch. And then I got some more of the granola bars that we just grab and go in the mornings. And that is pretty much it. I do want to show you these. I really like these sodas. They are 35 calories and they taste really good. I really like these sodas too. Cream soda and classic root beer. This one's probably my favorite, but I also like this one too. So I do have these bowls that I really like, and they also come with the lids. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some meal prep with the chicken for our dinners, and then I'm gonna make some meal prep for lunches with the spring rolls. So I'll show you guys what we make. So I also did want to show you guys where we put our breakfast bars. So I found this, I think in a storage unit, I think. But anyways, I cleaned it, and we just throw all of our breakfast little bars in there. And when we're on the go, we'll just pull this out and we'll just grab them and go. And these right here are actually, I've got these last week. These are 0 sugar snack sticks. We really like these. These are just enough protein if you just need something on the go. So this is also another little thing that I put in a container so we can grab and go. All right, so I just seasoned the chicken with garlic butter, and we're going to put it in the air fryer here and I know you can always cook it in the oven, but I like to cook it on the stovetop. I just think it tastes better. So we'll go ahead and get these things cooking, and I'm gonna get started on the green beans. So for the green beans, we are just going to put them in the microwave, pierce bag with fork, place bag in microwave high for 3 to 5 minutes, and then we are going to let stand. I flip them, so we'll go ahead and let them cook. In here like that, and then I put a little bit of olive oil. And then I like to use some vinegar, but I forgot that Julian used all my vinegar for his pickling. His pickling of the peppers and the cucumbers. So I don't have any vinegar. So I'm kind of bummed about that, but it'll be all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try the honey barbecue sauce with this spicy garlic in here. And then this chicken, I'm gonna do just straight barbecue sauce. I mean, it smells good. I think it's gonna taste really good with the sweet and the spicy. I might put the spicy in the other one too. And I didn't put a whole lot. And I know sauce isn't that good for you, but just, you know, you can't let everything go in your life. You gotta make your food taste good or you're not gonna eat it. So I'm gonna add a little bit, I'm gonna get this juice out of here and then I'm gonna add the barbecue sauce. And I also do some in the freezer because we go through them really fast. So it's not like we're keeping them in there a long time. So if you are putting them in the freezer, I would recommend not putting them in these. I would use like a Ziploc bag or a freezer container. That way your food doesn't get freezer burned. A little bit because portion size. Peppers on this side, and there it is. So we just wait for it to cool, and then we'll put it in the refrigerator and we will heat it up when we want to eat it. And I'll put some of these in the freezer again, like I said, but we eat them very quickly so they won't get freezer burned. This is what it looks like with the lid on it. And I just got these off of Amazon and they're microwave safe. You can put them in the dishwasher. So I really like these. With the chicken that I cooked in the air fryer, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this food saver bag. And we have this food saver right here. This is really good if you want to put your food in the freezer so it doesn't get freezer burned and it's gonna be in there for a while. So I'll go ahead and mark the date of when I put this in there and we'll go ahead and freeze it. And there you have it. Miko has been outside running around here and there all day today because it is beautiful out. It is nice and breezy, isn't it, Willow? So, ooh, I smell the air. So Miko, like I said, tomorrow is getting her first injection, but she'll do really good. I have the confidence in the vet's office and the vet techs that they will take good care of her. Let's go. Ready? Go get it. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Isn't she so pretty? Well, you're pretty too. But she is so pretty. It's pretty windy out here today. While we're out here, I am going to give Daniel his long-awaited nose job. So this is what it looks like before, and I'll show you guys after. Oh, you can't tell Daniel nothing now. He's got a new nose. He even got his eyes brightened up. Look at that shiny eyeball. He is super excited.